Hi, I'm Bran, and I love Hallmark movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark movies.
I'm Katie Stevens.
I'm Lachlan Quarmby, and I'm new to Hallmark movies and a little scared.
And we're in a Hallmark movie.
That's right.
And this is the Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Are you kidding me, Bran?
The fates have finally aligned.
The fates have aligned. We said we want them on here, but only if they can be in the same room together while they do the interview. And they're like, don't worry, we'll fly across country. We'll make it happen.
That's exactly right. They spared no expense to be in the same room with each other for this year podcast. This is very exciting.
That's right.
That's right.
This is very exciting. I'm thrilled to be able to talk to two people that have been in three movies that I feel like are completely different than what we're used to.
They were special events, Bran. They weren't movies.
Events.
They were advertised as special events.
Did you see that?
Right.
That it was a special event?
Katie Stevens, Lachlan Quarmby, welcome to the show. Did you notice that your movies were not advertised as movies?
Yes.
It became very difficult to find the wording to say, but I think now we're getting there. Yeah, it's a 3-part special event.
It's a 3-part special event.
Now that it's over, you've got it figured out, and that's all that matters.
Well, because for a little while I was saying it was a trilogy.
Yeah.
Which it is.
It is.
Because it's based on a book trilogy. So I was saying a trilogy, and they were like, it's a 3-part special event.
3-part. Was there any talk of it being a TV like a series? Is that why, or was it just always supposed to be 3 movies?
No,
Yeah, I
never
think
to
it was-
us. It was just kind of 3.
Wow.
Yeah, when I found out about it, it was 3 movies, always.
Man.
It's a special event.
And I don't know if you know this, Hallmark won't tell you this, but August is typically where this kind of stuff doesn't happen. So like August on the Hallmark calendar isn't where we get something that, 1, is a special event, but 2, is as high quality as what you guys have produced for us over the last 3 weeks.
It's a special event.
It was a really special event. For us, we're coming off of Christmas in July. Brand's usually really cranky that there aren't any more Christmas movies. Yeah. And instead we got something that feels very new and fresh with 2 new Hallmark. Have either of you ever been on Hallmark before?
Nope.
Never.
I did one line in one of them a while ago.
Oh yeah, of course. No, I don't know.
Well, we remember that one line. What was the line? What was the movie?
What was the movie? And then give us the line. If you could give us the reading, that'd be great.
I don't know about the line.
I don't think I know that. Well, I knew it was one line, but I don't think I know.
The movie was A Very Merry Bridesmaid with Emily Osment.
Yep, we've seen
I recall.
that one.
I recall the flick. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I walked her down the aisle. She was a bridesmaid. I was a groomsman. And then one of my lines was something about being annoyed about getting married in December. No, getting married in when's winter in this part of the world.
Yes, December.
Yes,
that's
yeah,
right.
December. Yeah.
In this part of the world, you got it.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yes.
good.
And was that the line?
Tell me about Lachlan. What hemisphere are you from? It would be the same. Where are you from?
Southern. I'm Australian.
You're Australian. God, no,
Yeah.
I knew that. You knew. We didn't think you were Irish at all. We knew. We knew.
To be honest, if you did, that'd be great for me.
His name, Lachlan Quarmby, also sounds like it should be an Irish.
I think
Lachlan
about
sounds
corned
like
beef.
you are sipping a Guinness as we're
Right.
talking. Lachlan Quarmby?
Lachlan Quarmby.
Hold on, you guys have never called him the corned beef?
The
Are
whole
you
time
kidding
you're
me?
filming, not once did you call him the corned
Gosh,
beef. That's
I
unbelievable.
really I missed the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really did.
Instead,
She
it's
had it, but now she will.
Now
yeah,
I will.
throw another shrimp on the Quarmby.
Yeah. That's
See
really
what I
good.
did there?
What?
Yeah, he's
what is
Australian, Brandon.
Give me
Yeah.
if you're switching your accent from Australian to Irish, which to us obviously we hear it and we can tell the difference right away. Square away doesn't sound similar at all. For you, what's that change?
Because we
for
thought you were normally we know when the accent is not authentic.
Yeah.
That we've seen 1,000 of these movies. I can pick out a fake accent. I thought you were Irish, sir, and it could be because your name's Lachlan Quarmby. But tell us about getting into that accent.
Thank you. Well, thank you for that. That's very encouraging. But I usually have to act in an accent because I'm Australian, and I live in Canada. So I'm almost always doing an American accent anyway, or sometimes a Canadian or whatever. So getting into accents is just part of the process for me. And this time I just got to got to learn an Irish accent and figure out what people may or may not have sounded like in 1844.
So, Katie, you also have to do the accent when you're back in 1844.
I sure did. It made me break out in hives.
And that much fun, huh?
No, just because I think one of my biggest fears as an actor is doing an accent and doing it poorly and then getting roasted for it. Because again, you can, if somebody's doing an accent poorly, you're like, ooh, that's pretty bad. And so I was very nervous and I wanted to do a good job with it.
You did a great job. How jealous, Lachlan, were you of all the other actors that apparently in modern day got to use their own accent, but you did not for some reason?
I don't know. I like doing the accent. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I got to watch a whole bunch of Colin Farrell films. I'm like,
you sounded like Colin Farrell. I said that watching the movie. You crushed it.
Great. This is what we were.
Did you watch like the Banshees of Inisherin and just watch him over and over again in that movie?
Like 20 times.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's a great movie. Anything Martin McDonagh writes is great, but Banshees of Inisherin, I'm sure you've seen.
Yeah, I'm a big Banshee head. They call me Banshee Brand. That's what they call me.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
I would like to get both of your perspectives on how you got brought into this project. Obviously, you have one line, corned beef, that really apparently caught Hallmark's eye, and they said, we got to bring this guy back for the special event. But Katie, you have not been with Hallmark before, so I'd like to hear both of you and how you ended up being a part of this project.
Well, I got a message that they had a Hallmark 3-part special event,
right? Yep.
That they wanted me to be a part of, and they wanted me to play Cora. And I read the scripts, and then I had a Zoom with Joanna Garcia Swisher, and she just expressed to me that they wanted this to feel very different for Hallmark. They wanted this to be something that kind of competed with other streamers in terms of, a lot of other streamers are trying to do what Hallmark traditionally does. And so they kind of wanted to push the boundaries of what people are used to on Hallmark. And just within that just gave us so much like agency and kind of like wiggle room to play and be able to kind of do more things that felt grounded. And so that was very exciting to me.
Were you familiar, Katie, with Hallmark and like what that meant to push the limits on Hallmark? Did you have any reference point?
My father has Hallmark on.
My guy.
My guy. Yeah. Hallmark is Hallmark and like the Today Show are the two things that play at my parents' house in 24-hour loop.
I love that.
So I'm very familiar with Hallmark, and I had never done one before, but it was very exciting to me that they wanted me to be a part of kind of the like new thing they wanted to do. And I was really excited because I am like a very grounded actor. And so being able to like have the freedom to kind of play, to have discussions with the producers and with Hallmark on things that didn't feel natural to me and kind of have that collaboration. They were like really, really great about that. So I was excited to be a part of it.
What about you, Lachlan?
I needed a job and I auditioned, and that was cool for me. It was one of those things where it's like I have auditioned for a bunch of Hallmark or Hallmark adjacent type movies plenty of times, like for leads, for guest stars, for like, one-line roles or whatever. And very, very rarely do I even get close. So
how?
That's insane.
Lachlan, I just wish you look. I wish you looked better, buddy. Like your looks are against you.
It might just be a vibe thing.
No, the universe was waiting for you to do
this.
That's right.
Fate. Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm kind of saying is like
destiny.
Oh, good God.
Here we go. No, I was waiting. I was sort of reading them, and then every now and then they come across, and I'm like, this is another one. I don't think it's going to go well, but this one I read, and I was just like, this actually does tick a lot of the boxes that I'm kind of naturally good at. I prefer to do acting in accents. I prefer to do like sort of fish out of water type characters. I like to be this sort of odd kind of quirky character or whatever. and it just seemed like really layered. And I was like, this might be the one that just I was waiting for to come for me and to go for.
I just love the idea of Hallmark casting being like, we got this 6'4" guy from Australia who can do all the different accents, looks great. Nah, it's a pass this time. It's a pass. Did you guys read the books before you did it, or did you
Obviously, Dan and I, we did
of course read those
marathon.
Books.
We read it. We love them.
Did you guys read the books maybe beforehand, or would you rather have the character been your own and like loyal to the script and then read the book afterwards, or just not at all?
Yeah, I got the books and the scripts at relatively the same time, and I was kind of trying to read them at the same time and learn the script and read the book. But that got way too confusing because of the books are actually, there are quite a few different relationships in there. Like her father in the book is the one who brings me to town, and that completely changes that relationship. So I was like, I had to put the books away, finish filming all the movies, and then I could go back and listen to the audiobook.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of the way Hallmark does it. It is kind of a fast process between getting the role and then starting to film. So I got the role in December and flew to Canada January 10th.
Oh, wow.
So I started listening to the audiobook, but I then got insecure because in the book, Cora is blonde, curly hair, blue eyes, like could not be more opposite to what I look like. And so I was like, I don't think that it's smart for me before doing this to really delve in. And also because there's so much that is different in the books. The books are a hair spicier.
Okay.
In terms of
you all tried.
You guys did for Hallmark.
We did spice.
Yeah.
We did spice, but there's like a scene when they first meet in the book where like Liam kind of cuts Cora's dress apart,
my
and
gosh.
it's
I don't think Hallmark was allowing that.
It's not Hallmark. So I kind of was like, I want to really immerse myself in like the story we are doing.
Yeah.
You brought that up, and I have to ask, because for Hallmark, the scene with the dress, the scene with the chair where he pulls your chair closer, like these two types of scenes don't happen on. They don't. They just don't. How much went into Hallmark going, we have to keep our TVG rating or whatever, but we want to do this thing? Like, was there a lot of scrutiny around those scenes, or did they just trust you guys to do this?
No, they definitely trusted us to do it. And I mean, one of the execs at Hallmark who was like in charge of our movie was like really excited about it. And she kept being like, I might get fired, but
yeah.
Wow.
But I think that it's great that like they're kind of like pushing the boundaries, because I think like even just us seeing the response of these movies, it's like people like a little spice. People enjoy it. Like avid Hallmark fans, like I haven't seen anything negative about those scenes. So I think that, people are enjoying them.
Yeah. Katie, you mentioned that you feel like you are different than the character that's in the book. But it seems, hearing you talk about it, that you got an offer, like a straight offer. You didn't have to audition for it. Did they tell you what they have seen you in before that stuck out to them, that they said, with this character for this special event, we need Katie?
I mean, I assume that they had watched me on The Bold Type. I mean, my character on The Bold Type couldn't be more different than this, but I think just because I had been on a series before, they thankfully trusted me a bit. But I was happy that it was something that I had never really done before. Like I essentially got to play two different characters in this, which was really fun for me. But I didn't find out that I had to be Irish until I agreed to do
Nice.
it. And I remember the first time I had my dialect coaching session, I remember her being like, "You're going to be fine. I mean, you had to audition for it with the accent." And I was like, "No, I didn't." So it was like really nerve-wracking to me, because I've never, for anything that I've had to do an accent. So I'm really blessed and grateful that they trusted me and were like, "You could do it."
Yeah.
And then I tried really hard.
Lachlan, you get to play a fish out of water time traveler, basically, not technically, but basically. One of the tough parts of this movie is walking the fine line of how much you understand and can deal with technology. So like, how do I use a cell phone versus not being surprised by the cars that are everywhere?
I too thought he should be more shocked by.
Yeah,
Thank you, Katie.
it's a tough. I feel like Hallmark
That
sometimes
would take months. It would
Yes.
take months for me.
but sometimes Hallmark wants to dumb it down a little bit where their audience doesn't have to work in any of this. Was there a discussion there, Lachlan, on your end to go, hey, if he's this confused by his cell phone, these skyscrapers are really going to throw him for a loop, or were you just like, we don't have time? And by the way, you said it. I guess a 2-part question now because it just flew into my funnel. But normally these movies take 15 days to film. These 3 movies, how long was spent filming all 3 of them?
So movie 2 and 3, we both shot in 12 days each.
Holy cow!
And then movie 1 we shot in 14 days, and then we went to Ireland and we did 3 days of shooting in
Your
Ireland.
homeland, of course. Yes,
Your homeland of Ireland.
My ancestral homeland.
That's right.
Yes.
And the Liam being a fish out of water thing of it all, it was such a fun way to have to discuss everything on set, because what would he think about walking into the elevator?
That's
Like,
right.
none of that stuff is scripted.
Yeah.
But I was just like, how is he interacting with this? And we had to, exactly like you said, for the pacing of the narrative, you just have to kind of get through that. And the way we got through that was, we said, Liam's a quick study. He's naturally got that thief-like brain where he just reacts to things and he seizes his opportunities. And so when Chief Boyd says, put on your seatbelt, he does a quick look. Yeah, okay, got that, put it on. And otherwise, we would have spent an entire TV series of him being like walking around a grocery store being like, what?
It's crazy.
This is insane.
Look at all these potatoes. They're everywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I love the line when you walk in and you find out that your partner is going to be a female, and the way that you respond to that. I wish there was like a few more of those little lines,
Yeah.
like just being surprised about how things were. Because when it happened, it worked. And I thought that like that scene where you guys bump into or meet each other for the first time and you say that line about, but you're a woman, was great.
Yeah.
And it made me laugh out loud. So I thought when it happened, when it hit real good.
That's
it
right.
made me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we wanted to do more for sure.
My 2 favorites were when you say, you're a constable.
Yeah.
I'm a constable. What? That was one of my favorites. And then my other favorite was when I'm like, are you going to get your phone? And you're like, oh, I got it. It's just.
Yeah.
Not
I love it.
answering.
You guys also have an amazing, for Hallmark, normally after 1 and 2, we're just trying to find some folks in Canada that are available. You guys have a great supporting cast here. You also get Niall Mater, who's like a Hallmark veteran, to get to really chew on being basically Satan in this movie. And I have to ask, like in your scenes with him, like we've watched this guy be the love interest in movies where he's wearing a cable knit sweater and he's, the small town, coffee shop owner. To watch him get to do this, first of all, how was that experience? Niall's the best. We've had him on the show. But also, I also have to ask, you guys never say hell throughout this movie. You say angels, you say limbo, you say purgatory, you say the other side. What was that about? I mean, Niall's clearly from hell, right? He's clearly like straight from hell. Was that like a note, or was that something you couldn't do?
I didn't even ask, to be honest. It just seemed so blatant on the paper that it was like, hey, I guess we're not saying certain things.
Yeah, we spell it because Aegon says H-E
Double hockey sticks. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's just more so, with the Hallmark audience, there are a lot of people that have certain beliefs, and I think it's like out of respect for that probably. But like he said, like there was never really like a discussion about not saying it. It was just kind of like the lines were limbo and HE double hockey sticks on the other side. Like I always took when they were like the other side, it was like kind of like a cheeky way to like
cheeky.
say it without saying it because you don't know who's hearing.
Right.
And
all right.
Yeah.
And what about Niall?
but to Niall.
Did you even have a scene with Niall, Katie?
I did in the interrogation when
yes, that's right.
He's the lawyer.
Magnus.
Yeah.
And he was so good that I like actually did like it was so great for my character because I'm so angry at like how gaslit I'm being in that scene. And he was just God, everything he did in these movies, every scene, he just stole the show. He was amazing.
You could see that he was a bit like a dog who'd been let off the leash.
Yeah.
Like, just relished the opportunity to just have this freedom and like do something completely different.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
talking with Amitai, and Amitai was talking about the scene where he's at the bar and the glass of
Yeah.
whiskey, like fire, and he said that he feels like his performance, it worked for it because everything Niall did, Amitai in his brain was just like, that's a really nice choice. That's a good choice.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
He crushed it. Another Hallmark staple that we got to see do something a little bit different, especially in the third movie is Matty Finocchio, who's just wonderful, so much fun. And then to see kind of the twist at the end that he's kind of the
Batty Finocchio.
the Batty
as we call him.
Finocchio.
Yes. Yeah.
Pinocchio, yeah.
We don't know Matty. We haven't had him on the show put in a good word for
He
us,
is-
but I imagine wonderful.
He's the funniest person I know.
Wow.
We had, it was so hard to do scenes with him because I would just start laughing.
I've never worked with an actor who is naturally so funny that he will just do a completely normal line, and you'd be like, I need a second.
Yeah. There was so when we filmed my death scene in Ireland and I'm laying on the ground there, they just had the shot where he comes up to me. It would be obviously after we find out he's bad, and he takes the necklace off of me, and my eyes were closed, and he comes over me and he takes the necklace and he improvised just "Thanks, love," and it was not him trying to be funny at all. My eyes were closed. I broke the tape by starting to laugh. And he goes, "What?" And I said, "I was literally just thinking of your face standing over my dead body, and it made me laugh."
That's so
You
funny.
know, like
He's
you
the best.
killed me.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
Big fun. Wait, so you actually went to Ireland to shoot
And you
those
still
shots?
did it in 38 total days for 3 movies, including Ireland?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
were in Ireland 9 days total, but only 3 shooting
I do
days.
love
got
that.
the-
That's where Hallmark was like, we have
This
to do
is
that
where
in
we gotta
Ireland.
spend the
People
money.
are going to know if these exteriors aren't in Ireland. That was a very interesting decision.
Yeah, the outside of when we're doing like the fencing outside,
Uh-huh.
that castle behind us is actually the castle we were shooting inside of. So where the stairwell was,
Nice.
the drawing room, Cora's room, like all of that was.
It's all legit.
Yeah.
Did you even get to enjoy Ireland? That's such a quick trip.
We sure did.
A little bit.
Heck yeah.
We sure did. I won't ask any follow up.
Lachlan, did you try out your accent on the townies there? Did you go to a bar? Did you go to a pub?
Actually, she did more so. She was enjoying like just mingling with the locals in accent and everything. I had a couple of good like thumbs up that I got from the people. The Irish people are so forward. The second they smell something, they'll just ask you about it. I remember we got into the car, transport guy, first day. He's like, "Oh yes, you doing an Irish accent, all right?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I am." And he goes, "All right, then go for it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh wow, it's just straight in, give it to me."
I love that.
Yeah, I decided that I was just going to fully immerse myself. So the second I got off the plane, I just decided that I was going to be Irish. And I was in a few days of fittings because I had so much wardrobe for Cora. And like the second day that I was there, the wardrobe ladies were like, "So we just found out you're not Irish."
Good.
And I was like, "Yes!"
That's
That's
great.
right.
It was great because we had the whole crew there and everybody was in the accent. So it in many ways like made it easier because we were like hearing it all the time. And we did have a dialect coach from Ireland on set with us who
Nice.
would come in and tell us like, "Hey, this word, like watch out for this." And she like really didn't give us a ton of notes, which part of me was like, am I doing a good job? Or like I would rather get notes, but it was, I mean, Ireland's incredible.
I mean, you passed the test for us.
Yeah.
We, in the comments over here in the Double Decker Facebook group, it's people are like, her accent was great the whole
Yeah.
movie. And Lachlan,
It's because
Guys,
Katie went method.
Katie went full Daniel Katie Daniel
That's right.
Day-Lewis Stevens, and it worked. They said
You don't get a lot of method acting on.
you
We
had,
don't.
you had to
We
call
don't.
her Cora for 9
Yeah.
straight days in Ireland. It was a whole thing. Now, Lachlan, I'm not joking when I say this. I was like everybody else, Matty Finocchio, Katie Stevens, they speak with an American accent in the present day. They speak with an Irish accent in 1844. But Lachlan is just Irish the whole way purely because he's from Ireland. That's why I thought the reason you didn't switch is you're from Ireland. I'm just kind of gobsmacked that you're not, and that also you kept the accent at this point.
Oh, thank you. I mean, the Irish accent is one that I haven't done before, but I like to do accents. I like to do impressions and characters and things like that. But the real kind of surprising thing is when you get the audition, you typically have 24 to 48 hours to submit it. And it says like do 2 of the scenes in Irish accent. So that's the one where you really have to like speed learn it, and you're just kind of frantically finding Colin Farrell interviews on YouTube and just trying to figure it out. But yeah, no, the Irish accent was really fun, and the Irish people in particular over there were so embracing and so warm, and like they would come up and they say, "Oh, you wouldn't say this, you'd say it like that," or but they wanted us to succeed because I think the Irish accent has been done poorly in the past by certain people, so they were really happy that we were trying our best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that. I do want to talk a little bit about a little more about the spice of it all, because there's for Hallmark, it was
crazy amounts. For
I want to talk about the table scene from the third movie, the chair pole, the moving the wine glass away so that he gets a little bit close. Like, how much of that is on the page versus how much of that is just you two playing and with the scene to try to make it as spicy as we can?
Both of those things were not on the page.
Holy cow!
That's what I was looking for.
Come on.
How about
that? Was something that our director, because each movie has like a spice scene.
Yeah.
So movie 1, it was the zipper.
Yep.
Movie 2, it was the lake.
Yep.
And then when we were doing movie 3, there really wasn't a spice scene. And so they were trying to figure out like, how do we spice up this dinner? And so Lucy, our director, had the idea of like, I want him to pull the chair. And we were kind of like, yeah, but like, what is prompting him to pull the chair? And so then we just decided that it was going to be like this really vulnerable moment. Maybe Cora touches his leg, and then it's, and the wine thing, I can't remember if that was a Lucy thing. I think it was.
It was good.
She was like, just like push it away from him, and then I just decided to do it like 5 times.
Yeah. Got to be honest with you, Katie. It doesn't really matter what prompted him to do that chair thing. It worked. It works every time.
It works every time.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You could do that in every movie, and everyone would be like, "Hey, he did the chair thing again." It was great.
Lucy Guest, shout out to Lucy going for some sort of DGA nod here. That's fantastic.
Incredible.
Stuff. Can I ask you guys about the love triangle? Because if I had a disappointment, which I talked about in the 3rd episode, which is not out yet, and you guys haven't heard it yet, I never really, you guys, your chemistry was so good. I didn't ever feel as though there was a legitimate chance that Liam had an opportunity. Like, I know that Evan Roderick is a bona fide Hallmark lead. I also know that it's Finn's job to push Cora to Liam, but the movie
flip that reverse.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Finn and Liam flip. But you
I
guys
know
what
it's
I'm saying.
complicated.
It's tough.
Hallmark.
It's hard, man. But they never, I do feel like Hallmark has this unwritten agreement with the audience that you can't question too much who's going to end up together at the end of the thing. Like, you just can't. And so if there was a punch pulled in this thing, it was you two were always kind of meant to be together. Like, and that's the real story of what we're telling. And the love triangle of it, I've not met a single person who was, so he's Liam. He's Liam. Yeah. I never met a single person that was Team Finn. Like, I didn't meet anybody that was like, no, I hope Cora and Finn end up together. And even with the devil, the literal devil, they're going, if Cora and Finn don't end up together, then it's really good for me. Even with that. And so, like, was that, like, did that weigh on you guys? Or did you guys just kind of know from the beginning, love triangle's maybe not the right term for what's going on here?
Yeah, no, it's all interesting thoughts. Definitely things that we discussed as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, I mean, we shoot so much. Like, there's so much when we watch the cut, because it has to be like 83 minutes and 55 seconds or something. So, like, we shot so many things that didn't end up in the movies.
Sure.
But I think that it's nice to have options. But I think Finn had the disadvantage that, like, they show Cora and Liam's love story in Ireland.
Yeah, right.
You know, they already are getting you kind of primed and rooting for him. But, like, me and Evan always were kind of getting the note of, like, obviously we all know that she's going to end up with Liam,
Yeah.
but like we need this to seem like, well, he could be a viable option. And I do read people being like, he's a great guy, and like, yeah, she could end up with him,
Yeah.
but like it's not it. And I think that was more the point.
That's fair.
Like I think that it was more so not to really have people thinking she's gonna end up with Finn, but to kind of have you have that conflict of like, yeah, he's a good guy, and she like could be with him and be really happy, but it's just not right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do you, I have not read the books, transparently, but from what
Brian
I get,
hasn't read a book. That's
I know this is a shocker of the year. It's going to really throw people off hearing that I didn't read the book. But it does, from what I gather, it seems like the stakes for not ending up with Finn were higher in the book than what it seemed like in the movie, which in the movie, and this was part of the confusion on my end. What were the stakes for not ending up with Finn? Was it that the foundation would not flourish?
exist, right?
You're totally right. Like I was confused about this until even like months after filming, where I'm kind of like, I can see, and it's a bit of a stretch, but this is where I've landed on it. It does pull from the book a little bit as well. But Cora, the whole thing of like history repeating itself, history will continue to repeat itself unless we do this one, like we follow this one fated path. And that one fated path, the key like junction, the nexus, if you will, is Cora has to be with somebody who's truly, truly good in their spirit in order for her to break the chain of history events. So even if she was with someone who's okay, just a good guy, not dangerous or anything, she might still die young. The foundation might never get out of its like grassroots level, and it might just be like sort of 2 community centers as opposed to this worldwide thing. So they were kind of like, no, you need to be with someone truly good who, regardless of who that person is, that will just be the thing that keeps you on your good path, and you'll live a long life and you'll produce this thing that will save many lives. So that's kind of where I landed on it.
I like that explanation a lot more.
The breaking of the historical cycle is really keeping Cora alive past a young age. Okay,
that makes sense. Right. You guys were filming this, and you don't have, neither of you, we got one line over here. I don't want to discredit the one line on Hallmark. But
really good one line.
I'm going to say, you crushed it. You walked her down the aisle. It was a big deal. Emily Osment is wonderful, national treasure. We get it.
We love her.
Awesome. You guys, just for the sake of this question, let's say neither of you really have been on Hallmark before. You're making this thing. From the opening scene, we have 1,500 episodes of Deck the Hallmark. We've watched so many made-for-TV movies. It's borderline criminal. From the opening scene of this, it doesn't feel like Hallmark. Now, we do hit some Hallmark beats, and I think we've covered that, and that's awesome, and that was necessary. But from the opening scene, this feels very different. It qualitatively feels several steps above what you're going to get normally during the August, September months on the Hallmark Channel, where they, sometimes pull some acquired stuff or some lower budget stuff. While filming, your baseline is nothing. I understand that, but were the notes you were getting, or was the feeling you were getting that this was, you guys were really trying to do something different for the network? Or clearly you guys all got together. I don't know if you said that when we were recording or not, but you said you guys all got together in Nashville to watch the first one. Like 3 or 4 of you did, which is so cool. So you clearly were really close. Did you have this, you two, and then the Aegon actor, I've not seen in much. He may have been in some other stuff, but I've not seen him in much. But did you have this feeling while you're, sometimes you hear these stories of, we're filming this movie and it just felt special. Did you have this feeling that this really was something that you guys were really going to be proud of and it was going to be different? Or because your baseline was nothing for Hallmark, did you have more of a let's wait and see approach?
Great question. Wow.
I mean, I have done things in my career where I am doing them and I know they're not going to be great. So
looking up your IMDb right now, Katie. Keep going whenever you're ready.
No. But doing this, I will say, like, I think the connections that we had, even just like sitting in Video Village and just seeing the way they were lighting it and the like shadows on people's faces and like allowing there to be kind of just mess.
Yeah.
Felt very different because even though I've never been in a Hallmark before, I've seen them. So I could see that it was different. So I think, yeah, like I was excited to see it, but you always have nerves because especially with it being Hallmark and especially with us having shot some things that were a little spicier and pushing boundaries for Hallmark, I was nervous about what was going to get cut. Like I was scared that chair pull was going to be cut. I was
Yeah.
scared that zipper was going to be cut. Like any of those things that I was like, this is pushing the envelope and this is going to be really great. I was scared that those things were maybe at risk of being on the cutting room floor. So I was very excited when we were able to watch it and see that they really stuck to their guns and wanted to make something that felt special.
How
Yeah.
much? Sorry, go ahead.
Lachlan.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I found it like really difficult actually, guys, to get the hang of what we were actually making, to find the tone and the genre, especially stepping in. I was trying to learn this Hallmark curve. I was also trying to learn this romantic lead genre curve. So I hadn't done any of that before. So I was making a lot of mistakes with my instinct that like was getting corrected by our very trustworthy directors and EPs and stuff being like, oh, it's more like this, it's more like that. But then we had some EPs who were really pushing for the spice, like pushing that to be the main thing.
Yeah.
And then you have other ones who are maybe more network focused, who are sending like word down the line to be like, well, we want to focus on this as well. So there was a lot of maybe even sometimes contradicting opinions on just how to do it, because like you said, this doesn't slot into any existing category amongst Hallmark or amongst other things. So it's kind of like we had a bunch of people who didn't really know specifically what the end product wanted to be. And so we were trying to mold that the whole time. And for me, being in the middle of it, getting a couple different instructions, I was kind of like, whoa, but then I just gave myself over and trusted our directors and our producers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was difficult to like figure out because I struggle with exposition. And I know that that's like a big thing of Hallmark is you can't show everything. So like a lot of I didn't struggle when it was like things that were the love story or like relationships because they felt really natural to me. I really struggled with the cop stuff.
Sure.
The cop jargon.
The cop jargon and like because it was such a like complex like case and everything, and so getting that to stick in my brain, I was like, I can't remember this for the life of me. So we had a lot of people who were like helping me through that.
Well, also the problem is the jewelry store crime is just not as interesting because everything else is so interesting. And
Yeah,
so
the jewelry store is not helping you with your zipper. Like that's
you know what I mean? Like
that's
it's just
the thing.
like the
Like-
jewelry store is not in 1844.
No.
It's just it's not around. And so that also probably you're like, all right, this is the scene we got to chew through. You know what I mean? We got to get it right, but we still have to do this thing so we can do the other thing.
I want to. You've talked a little bit about the direction of the movies. Did she direct all three movies?
No, we had a different director, Siobhan, for movie 2.
Okay.
And she was also incredible.
Yeah.
We got very lucky, but Lucy did 1 and 3.
I this is probably like a question for Lucy, and we'd love to have her on the show at some point. But I think she's done a handful of Hallmark movies that are also kind of different while still kind of playing in the sandbox of Hallmark. How much did Hallmark let her kind of just trust,
Let her cook. Let Lucy cook.
Let Lucy cook, because it does really feel like, with especially the past couple years with her, that they've really kind of entrusted her to make something special. Was she the kind of their like, we want Lucy to do this because we want it to be different than what we're kind of used to on the network?
I think so, yeah.
think
And
so.
especially coming from Joanna and Kate, who were like the EPs, they brought the book to Hallmark and had
Okay.
it produced. But I think they picked Lucy because they were on the same wavelength. They really wanted to push the boundary and to execute on those steamy scenes and to get us there and to just see what happens, see if the audience would like it. And they kind of were hedging their bets that people would like that.
And I mean, she also, both her and Siobhan, but like Lucy, the fact that she finished movie 1, we shot until like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, finishing movie 1, she immediately drove to the airport on no sleep to fly to Ireland like 5 days before any of us got there, landed in Ireland, and just immediately started working, like scouting locations and doing all this. Like she was so invested, probably to like a sleep deprivation state, but she just was so passionate about these, and really, I think that they gave her a lot of, they trusted her a lot to be able to cook.
She's made some of the better Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Santa Claus, Seal with a List, that's got our boy Evan Roderick in it as well.
Shout out Evan.
We need to have you both back on individually so we can do our traditional rapid fire round, which I don't know how we would do that here. I do have a question about another work for each of them.
Okay,
if you
sure.
don't mind, and I'll ask them both at once. Lachlan, you were in the Murdaugh murders with Bill Pullman, and that's from my home state of South Carolina. So how dare you? And then Katie. I would love to know your experience there and working with Bill Pullman. And then Katie, you played the daughter of Catherine Willows on CSI, a show that I grew up watching and like Thursday nights at our house. And like, it's a big deal when that came back around and when it came back again. Did you understand just what was part of undertaking a character that had been on, the daughter of a character that had been on television for, decades? How big of a deal that was?
Oh yeah. I remember when I booked that the first time around, it was like 2014, and they were doing kind of like a 2-hour end of the series finale. And that's always interesting to just like be a guest. And everybody everybody was just so lovely, and like sitting with them at lunch and just watching them and being like, holy moly, you guys have like years and years and years and years and years of history with each other. And like, this is like your goodbye. And I kind of get to be a fly on the wall for that. And they were all just so lovely and helpful and wonderful, like kind of parading me through the process. But then in 2022, I got a call that they were like, we're bringing it back and we're bringing you back for a scene. And it was like, now I was no longer, I think my character like left CSI because I was like a forensic tech, and I left CSI, and for some reason now I do OnlyFans. And my mom really like poo-poos on my new lifestyle.
Sure.
And we had a scene where like her and I like get into like a big fight at a restaurant, and yeah, it was
so dramatic.
Very funny.
That was the opposite of what CSI was growing up. There was none of the character. It was all like just the case. So that's wild. Yeah. And then Lachlan, tell me about working on Murdaugh.
It was great. I mean, Bill Pullman was just the dad, like on all the movies growing up, and then you meet him and you're like, are you my dad?
Yeah.
I don't know, but no, he's the nicest guy on the planet, and another fun accent to kind of like dive into a little bit. And yeah, I mean, a tragic story. When I watched that documentary, I felt like actually sick.
Yeah.
But an important one to tell, and they're doing it again. They're doing a HBO version or an Apple version with Jason Clarke. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, there's not enough real murder out there,
No kidding.
so let's just do it again. Let's run it back. Let's run it back.
And I will say this from what I understand, if the donations to the charity are high enough, Lachlan will do the entire Bill Pullman speech from Independence Day. That's what I heard.
I'm ready.
He's ready for it.
He honestly will.
Yeah. I have one more question about the show, and I will ask Lachlan if you could do this whole thing in a Southern accent. That'd be really good for me personally.
Did you have to do a South Carolina accent for your part in that?
Well, yeah, the character I played was the best friend of the son of Alec Murdaugh.
Yeah.
And I had to. The good thing about him was there was the police body cam footage was 90% of my scenes, and so I was just in that instance. I wasn't trying to learn an accent. I was literally just trying to mimic him because the script was pretty much word for word.
Okay. Okay.
I need to watch it. I watched a documentary on it, but I haven't watched the movie about it.
If it's from my home state, I typically stay away from any reenactments just because I'm like, dude, we got enough problems around here. I don't need to watch somebody reenact one of our problems.
That's
but I was
That's
going to
funny.
give you, I can go back and try to give you a hard time about your accent if you'd like.
Yeah,
I mean,
we'll
I
do
can
it
my best.
retroactively. We'll do it retroactively. But this is the question. Obviously, the movie, the special events, ends with a flash forward 1 year. You guys are apparently married, which when I found that out, I was kind of bummed because it feels like at that point this is done. Like what more is there to tell? But this obviously has happened a handful of times. Your destinies keep, and there's the things and the stuff and the fate of it all. Is there any chatter betwixt the people of like, hey, maybe let's get the gang back together, tell a different story from a different time or whatever, because these two characters are so interesting, and I think that there could be more to examine. Maybe a one-off. I don't know. Maybe a one-off special event. What's the word?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing official. We are like flooded with people saying, make this a series, you know. I mean, I think we all would love to do it again. Like, we had the best time ever. I keep trying to think of like what story it could be. Like, my thing is we never see Bale like fuming over the fact that he's lost.
Thank you.
Yeah. We talked about this in the episode.
Oh my gosh. I was so angry. I didn't get a scene where Niall Mater went postal on everybody.
So for me, I'm like, there could be a world in which like he's mad and breaks into the Department of Destiny. I also want to watch a spinoff on what the history between Bale and Samael is.
Sure.
They had some chemistry.
Yeah. But I'm like, maybe like he goes into the Department of Destiny and he like foils something back in Ireland. More so selfishly because I'd like to go back to Ireland and do that stuff again. And my thing is, I think that in this version of the story, Aegon sends Cora and Liam back, but Cora has all her present day memories and Liam does not. So then it's like little Outlander modern woman having to try to be a 1844 girly.
Yeah, I like the idea that Bale gets he plucks Matty Finocchio out of limbo before he makes his way down and brings him back, because we need to see some more Chief Boyd being bad.
100%.
Yeah, 100%. We're never going to complain about more Matty Finocchio.
Yeah. Can I ask a really specific question?
No.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You want me to?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Did Cora get reincarnated as baby? Were you baby?
This is a good question.
This is a good question.
Thank you.
Because I did listen to that episode of your podcast.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I guess in my brain, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I was thinking of it as like they just kind of have gotten placed here with all of these memories of a life that they may or may not have like gone all the way through. Like I think that it's more so that like, okay, we've placed all of them here. They all have memories of their time on Earth, present day. Like Cora has memories of like being a kid and all of that.
And obviously Cora doesn't have her accent, which would mean that there were obviously past memories that would establish that.
Yes. So I guess the way that not that I even had to play that aspect of the story at all. But in my brain, story-wise, I was like, maybe, because there was a whole thing of her and Suzette knowing each other for this amount of time.
Right.
So for me, I'm like, I think that I've been down there as long as maybe Suzette has been down there. Because when I got placed on Earth, maybe Bale placed her.
Right. Yeah.
So that's my thought.
Okay. I like that. I just had a great idea. Brandon and I have been trying to figure out a way to get a little television show we loved called Early Edition back on the air. Have you guys ever heard of a television program called Early Edition?
No.
Okay.
Guys,
so Early Edition, buckle
everyone.
up. Kyle Chandler, who's the football coach in Friday Night Lights.
Yes.
You guys know Kyle?
Before that, Kyle Chandler basically is a guy who lives in Chicago, and he gets tomorrow's newspaper today.
Yeah,
he
delivered by a cat.
Delivered by a cat.
brings him
It's
the
not
newspaper.
important.
Yes,
Yes.
I do know this.
Okay.
Yes.
And then he basically helps someone in need or stops something from happening. You guys now.
Okay.
You see where I'm going. So that basically there is this spiritual, supernatural argument between the angels and the other side of if we give this person another chance, are they going to do the same thing again? So you guys know ahead of time that this crime was going to be committed. And they they give this person another chance. And Niall is down there trying to get him to commit the crime again. The angels are trying to stop it. And you guys are there trying to facilitate a change in behavior so that they can stay on Earth.
You've proven that it can happen. And it's Liam's character is proof that someone can change. So let's use that.
It's serialized. It's episodic. It's procedural. Sign up right now.
We're already detectives.
That's right. Yeah.
See, but then I get sad because then where's the love story in that?
I mean,
well, I think the big problem, Katie, is
you're gonna make me do more cop jargon.
If we could get you another accent, I think would be the best. No, I think the problem is the flash forward. Without the flash forward, this makes sense because you guys are in love and it seems like you're going to stay in love. But I mean, Evan Roderick's still in the office. You know, who knows? We don't know. It's still possible, but with the flash forward, it does make.
I was bummed to find out that you got married.
The flash forward was a downer. I got to be honest. Like from a standpoint of watching these and wishing it was a TV series that was 10 episodes long, where you got some more character development. The last 30 minutes felt kind of rushed to me in a way that I felt like if you had 10 episodes, you could have really made this something where people could pull for both sides and really want you guys to be together, like like some of those proper will they, won't theys that we have in the cultural zeitgeist here. So the flash forward does hurt my plan, but I'm just trying to get early edition back on the air. That's all I'm doing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did we do it?
I think we did it. How about we do one quick rapid fire?
Okay,
and it is.
great.
I was gonna say I love it. We love a game. So
I just want to know.
It's just questions that are like the ones we've been asking, but not about movies.
Yeah.
Great.
Let's do it. Let's do.
What's your
rapid fire.
favorite meal in Nashville, Katie?
You'd have to give me a cuisine.
Okay. What's your favorite hot chicken in Nashville?
Hattie B's.
Hattie B's. Better than Princess.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay.
It is better than Princess.
Oh. Okay.
Whoa.
Lachlan, do you have a
Princess
dog in
is
that? Have you've I hope have been to Hattie
I've
B's.
been to Nashville. I'm not a spice guy, but I did try some chicken. It was delicious. Very happy.
Did you
He
go?
was
Did you
sweating.
go to Hattie B's and get chicken no spice?
You got a little spice, like mild.
We didn't go to Hattie B's. We went to Acme
Yeah.
in
Okay.
downtown
Yep.
because they have a very good hot chicken sandwich there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, little spice. Very little spice.
Okay.
There are 2 Prince's locations in the country. One's in Nashville, one's in Greenville.
Did you know that?
Oh,
Yeah, the owner came down here and set it up because of Yeehaw Brewing setting up here, and they were doing a thing. And so we have a Prince's down the street here.
That's right.
Well, and now there's a Prince's and a Hattie B's in the airport.
Oh, look at that.
You just need to know what you're getting
Big
immediately.
time.
If you need indigestion,
That's right.
Yeah, right
no
away.
kidding.
Right away. What are your early additions? What show would you like to see come back?
Ooh.
Firefly.
Okay.
Firefly, yeah.
Firefly, the
Good
Joss
answer.
Whedon, Nathan Fillion one. That was my favorite. Maybe Stargate.
Ooh.
Stargate. I'm a sci-fi guy.
Okay.
so
Clearly.
maybe,
Yeah.
coming back.
I don't know because I feel like every show that I love, I want it to like stay where it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how I am.
Yeah.
After the end of
I don't
Stranger
like. We're
Things,
just in such a heavy like remake
It is.
place.
guys, Katie
I
gets
feel like
it.
that was something that I loved about this was it felt original. Like I don't mind IP if it's like a book or something, but I'm like some things. Like I remember I had read something a couple years ago that they were toying with remaking The Princess Bride, and I said, "How dare you?
How dare you? That's right.
You don't touch anything that's perfect."
That's true.
So, so I guess I would say I will rewatch the original.
How about that?
That's where I am. After season 1 of Stranger Things, I've said this for forever. When it finished, I was like, they should leave it alone. It's just perfect. Don't make any more. And now they've just made the same season over and over again. If you're gonna go, Hallmark's clearly gonna call you guys again. That's gonna happen. Are you? What would you like to do next on Hallmark that would break genre barriers? Is there something you'd like to do that you've not done before that would be great on Hallmark?
Am I getting one line or am I a lead?
Well, I'm going
give
to
you a lead
talk to
role.
Emily Osment. We'll see what happens. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we can get you a full gig.
But you got to do South Carolina accent.
That's right.
Ooh, I like it. I'll take it on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
I feel like we like ticked a lot of boxes for me with this. Like I've always wanted to do a period piece. Maybe just something that is true period and just stays in the period.
First Hallmark horror starring Katie Stevens, Lachlan Quarmby.
Oh my gosh.
Could do that. Could do
Whoa.
that.
I like that
I have been known to be a scream queen.
I love it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough.
It's tough.
Anything to break the genre. Can we do a Hallmark in space?
Sure.
Yes.
Hallmark sci-fi, they're not ready.
Interstellar Hallmark.
Yeah.
The astronauts or something like that.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that a
Or
lot.
like Hallmark Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. Like a medieval
Medieval.
Hallmark. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hallmark in space is more likely.
Hallmark in space is more likely than Hallmark Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Yeah, only so many chairs you can pull, you know what I mean?
you said it, brother. You said
It's
it.
easier to pull a chair in space as well.
Yeah.
What's your go-to movie theater candy?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Gummy bears.
Milk Duds.
Milk Duds.
Milk Duds.
Let's go.
Didn't see it coming.
All right.
Yeah.
One more.
Lachlan, you can be, since Katie doesn't like reboots, your favorite, you're going to be the lead in one sci-fi property that you love that is being rebooted. You're going to be the lead in it. One, it can be a movie like
Katie wants in now.
a Kubrick or a Nolan
I
movie.
do want in.
It can be a TV show. Then this is an all play. It's for both of you. One of the ones from your childhood, you get to be the lead. It's a full reboot. You are choosing, what is it?
I don't want it to change at all.
I already know what it is.
I just get to be in it.
Yeah.
And then I want it to finish. I want it to be exactly the same, but I want to experience making that show. It's Lost.
Okay.
Oh, it's a
All
great
right.
answer.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
character would you be?
I would
Jack?
love nothing more than to say Sawyer, but I think I'm a Jack. Yeah.
I think Jack would be
You
it.
are a Jack.
Yeah, for
We're
sure.
a Jack.
I
I'd
think
love
the
that.
ending of that show's great, and I'm a little bit in the minority there,
So-
but I
Me
love
too.
it. I love
Me
it.
too.
You get it.
Same.
I'm right there.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
I had never watched Lost. And when we started working together, he said that it was a show that like shaped him as a human. And I was
Wow.
like,
All right.
all right, well, I'm going to start watching it. I finished Lost. I watched Lost. We would wrap at like 11 p.m. and I would stay up until like 3 a.m. watching Lost
Wow.
because I couldn't stop.
It has that effect
It's
on
so
people.
good.
I finished it in
like 3
like
weeks.
3
It
weeks.
was honestly crazy.
Yeah.
And then my wrap gift to him, you can share.
She got me a cameo from a lovely Lost actor, and I
Oh.
fell to the floor. And
Well, you have to say which
I was
one.
crying.
Oh man.
Ian said to me, "See you in another life, brother," and I fell to the floor.
Wow. How thoughtful is that though?
That's how you do a cameo. Instead,
Instead, what I did was
Yeah.
I got Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World for Bran, his favorite show, but I told him that Bran had lost his Christmas spirit and he needed a pep talk.
which is just not true. It's not true. It's the furthest thing from the truth. And now that's the thing that Feeney knows about me is something that's not true.
Feeney's 99 years old and he's like, what about that one guy that lost his Christmas spirit?
Wonder how he's doing.
Katie, what was your reboot you want to be the lead in?
It's kind of like I wouldn't say it's from my childhood because it's not, but it is. I will go down saying it's one of the best shows I've ever watched. I would unfortunately need to learn German, but I would want to be in
Dark. It's amazing. Katie Stevens,
It's-
ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. All of her opinions are correct.
Wow.
It's honestly, I think it's just brilliant. Like the storytelling,
It's unbelievable.
how intentional it was. There's a reason for everything. Like I think that's my problem with like some reboots or things that like go longer than they probably anticipated was you can just tell when they're like, we just didn't know what to do at this point.
Yeah.
And that show is just like they pitched it and said it's going to be 3 seasons only. This is everything that's going to happen, and we're done.
Can I tell you about the thing that got me on Dark was I had to turn the dub on because
Same.
I always want to watch it in its original language with the subtitles.
Oh, the dub.
Yes, I had to because I felt like when I
Who
was
are you?
reading the subtitles, I was missing very important visual aspects of the show. It's the only foreign
I try to
language
turn
anything.
the dub on around here and I get yelled
It's
at.
the only foreign language. No, not the subtitles. Subtitles off the audio dub.
I
where they
know.
had-
I love an audio dub.
I hate that's an absolute bastardization of the show. But for this one show, I was reading the subtitles and I felt like I was losing information visually. And so like
Well, that's why you just have to rewatch it a couple of times.
Yeah,
There
I
it
guess I
is.
could do that.
All the way through.
Yeah.
I have one more question. All of these have been really good. Let's get to the serious stuff. Have you ever lost anything and then never found it?
Oh my God. So stupid.
Interesting.
Plenty.
Interesting. Really?
Like, just like things. Yeah.
They hate this question.
No, but let's get to
Rightfully
the-
so.
My mind?
It's a bad question.
Your mind is a
Mine.
great answer.
Yeah, I bought a nice
Here we
new
go.
sweater when I was in Tokyo,
Yeah.
and then we went out and we did karaoke, and I left it there.
Oh.
I got to wear it for about 3 hours, and then I never.
Oh,
If
that's
anybody
the
listening
worst.
in Tokyo right now has seen Lachlan's sweater,
Yeah.
it was in one of those.
Let us
it was
know.
in one of those karaoke rooms in Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, one of them. Hopefully you can find one.
Yeah.
Do you,
Yeah.
really quick question 3B.
What are you doing?
Go to karaoke song. He said it. So I
Go
had
to
ask.
karaoke song. It's a follow up.
Oh.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, we did. That was one of our cast bondings. Was we did a pub crawl in Dublin and ended up at late night karaoke.
Yeah, you
Yes.
did.
Katie Stevens is anything that you could imagine is like the most difficult song in the world to sing. You just put that on, and she's like, "Oh, great, yeah, I can nail that," and then she will, and then no one will sing again for the rest.
Perfect.
I sang "It's All Coming Back to Me Now" by Celine Dion because I also felt like it was very appropriate to our
Yeah,
story
very true.
because Cora, things are coming back to her.
Yeah.
So
Very
You
true,
started talking karaoke, and of course, in our chat over here, we do a festival here in Greenville every year, and we end the festival with karaoke, and we always bring a few actors in, and now everyone's requesting kindly that you guys join us next year in July. So mark your calendars and come on down. You've
Cool.
an
We'll be there.
invitation formally given.
Yeah.
There
They
you go.
only
Can
karaoke. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can I ask you guys a quick question?
Yeah, man.
We'll allow it.
Okay, you guys watch a lot more Hallmark than
Yeah.
I do, and you're up at 7:30 a.m. watching
That's right.
these things.
Yes.
We in our one, obviously we've already talked about. We tried to do same but different. Like the Hallmark channel has cultivated this wonderful audience, like that we've been interacting with, who love the genre, love the tone, love the network, and it's always sort of like a procedural type thing of putting these shows out. They're kind of always same but different, and we tried to lean more into the different than the same, keeping those like Hallmark beats. Do you want to see more stuff like ours that is kind of pushing the boundary but staying in the world, or do you want to keep in that world and just kind of keep mixing it up?
It's
So-
a
What were
pass,
your thoughts?
for me, Lachlan.
So-
I thought, no, it's a pass. I'm kidding. It was amazing.
But
yes, more of this.
But you also like.
I know.
So
I don't want all different. I
it's a
want
more complicated question
Yes.
for us too, because you would say you need your good mac and cheese.
Yes.
You need the movies that feel like they're 10 years old, and you need at least a few dozen of those a year.
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
I never want to see one of those again.
Okay.
Like in 2021-ish, 2021, we started seeing occasional Christmas movies that I was like, this feels like. There's a Hanukkah movie came out a few years ago called Round and Round. It stars Vic Michaelis. They're on Dropout. They're an improv genius. Vic Michaelis is in this movie. Brian Greenberg's in this movie. Great cast. It's a time loop rom-com around.
Amata's in that movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Plays Aegon.
Oh okay. Yeah. He is. And that's where
Yes.
I'd seen him before. It is the best Hallmark movie that's ever been made. It is phenomenal. When we over the last 4 years, you can see Hallmark doing this thing where they know who they have and they don't want to lose them, but they also know who they would like to get to watch. And they're trying to do both. Every time we get a big swing, I love it. And in fact, sometimes there are movies that take a big swing and they miss. And I would much prefer you take a big swing on an 8 of 10 difficulty than make a 10 of 10 movie that was a 3 of 10 difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't do anything for me. I just watch too many of these movies to be impressed by. There's a movie we got a screener for that's coming out in a couple weeks with stars that we love. And as a spoiler alert to literally our people that are listening to this that will maybe figure it out, I watched that movie. The stars, we've had them both on the show. They're amazing. They did an amazing job. And they have some scenes that I'm like, man, this is great. It's a movie Hallmark would have made 10 years ago. They make a 10 of 10 movie on a 3 of 10 difficulty level. That is all well and good. What you guys did was like, hey, Outlander was a thing. Like Hallmark literally was like, hey, Outlander, that's how I imagine this pitch happening. Outlander was a thing. What if we did Outlander for Hallmark? And I guarantee you half the voices in the room were like, we can't do Outlander for Hallmark. And then you guys found a way to do it. You have to make a synthesis. So you have to take thesis and antithesis to make synthesis. So it's gonna have the bones. I minored in film, and I'm that snobby about it. There's no way I can talk about it without sounding like just an a-hole, but there's gonna be this thing where you have to have what the normal was and the thing that is the opposite. And I love for that thing that's the opposite to be as out there as possible. And so most of my frustration with the Providence Falls movies was I didn't think it had enough room to breathe. I thought you could have had more, for what you did in the time you had. That's what I want. I want both of you guys with your next script to just be like, can we do this instead? Can we do this instead? Can we push? I'm that guy. Whereas I know when it's coming. 10 or 12 movies a year, I'll see the movie and I'm like, my buddy Brand's going to love this movie.
Yeah.
And that's just not where I am. But so yeah, you're not going to please both of us.
But you can, but you will. Cause I also need some of the different too. Yeah. You're not going to upset me at all.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
I love it.
We're here for Q&A. We got all the time in the world. You guys are the stars, not us. So you got questions for us, we're here for them.
No, I was curious to that. I think you guys probably are, those two ideas are making up the 50% of the entire audience, right? And so you want to please both, and you want to also have the ones that are mystery, like I just tune in for the mystery, or I just tune in for the romance, or whatever. You want to kind of, and that's what I think we were trying to get as many of those Venn diagram crossover audiences that we could.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah. You guys Venn diagrammed the heck out of it.
For the first lead for both of you on Hallmark, couldn't have gone better. You guys really did a great job.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We can't wait for your next one. I'm speaking for myself. I hope it's a Christmas one. Personally, I'd like to see you both in a Christmas movie.
You guys need to announce you booked a Christmas movie yet?
A Christmas movie that I know?
You can announce it right here.
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet.
All right. Well,
good to know.
we'll see what we can do with our big poll.
Yes, that's right.
This was so much fun. We loved it. We can't wait to have you back individually to dive into even more of your filmographies. It's going to be a lot of fun in the future. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.